Alright, welcome to the next episode, episode 7 here on the ATF server. So, last episode, we built this massive smelting system, but I didn't end up testing it, and I probably should have, because it's, well, it's broken. It just doesn't work. But I do know what happened. I broke it in a couple ways. Oh, didn't mean to fall back here, but oh well. So the first spoon moment, the first big thing that I managed to do was these blocks. Because of this redstone line, this redstone powers this block, which locks the hopper beside it. And so as you can see, got a bit of a backup for the cooked fish and stuff. The next thing that happened when I managed to break everything, and I got myself stuck in here now. Cool. I'll fix that in a minute. But anyway, the next thing was this single chest idea, which was a great idea in my head, but then the one hopper flowing into the chest, because it's one hopper, it only takes one item at a time, so it only went out, so the one item only was going through this one, and so this side was the only side working at all. It would smell like it would pull the coal out, but that was it. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. I think for the bottom it'll be easier for this bottom set of hoppers, or this bottom chest, because I can put a hopper line there coming out here like this. Actually, I have some hoppers on me, so I might as well go ahead and just do what I'm talking about here. And then it'll take 2 items out at a time, put in 2 items at a time. It's going to be a little bit laggier because this is going 3, so it's going to be 3 ticks going into this chest, and whereas this one is just going to be 1. But it should still at least distribute things semi-automatic or semi-evenly. Enough that it doesn't really matter anyway. But I have to figure out something like that for the top chest here, and that's probably going to mean putting some form of half slab here with the hoppers, or putting the chest one block back. But oh well, we'll figure it out, or at least I will. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna fix up the smelting system, and then we're gonna get smelting, and then we will. Once we have things smelting and smelted, we're gonna go ahead and work on the next area. So I'll see you guys in a moment. Alright, and before I forget, I'm gonna go ahead and do what I wanted to do for this episode. I managed to forget during that first clip there, but what I want to do in this episode, not like projects for the server or anything, but I mean, what I want to do is have a timer, so that you guys can see how long roughly it takes to work on these projects. But I already know that it's probably not going to be too accurate. I am starting the timer right now. Alright. So, this will go like when I'm outside of clips and stuff as well. But because I do work on an episode over the course of a couple days, whenever I've got a couple hours to do some recording and stuff, you know, I may forget, or I may not put it on, or whatever. So, so another way we're going to look at this and track this as well is if we go into the statistics menu, we can see time played, and I played for 11.49 days, which is also my hours since last death. Cool, that's cool. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down on a sticky note here. So 11.49 days. If I can actually write. There we go. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just leave that running whenever I'm playing on the server. The timer, I'll leave that running when I'm playing on the server, working on the base here. And by the end of the episode, I'll give you a tally of amount of time I've been playing. Now keep in mind too that the numbers between what I'm gonna have from my timer and between what we're gonna get from the days played or whatever are gonna be different, because I do play on the server else outside of recording, outside of working on this base. I go and I work on a community area, which we've recently started working on that during my live streams. So feel free to come by and check those out if you want to see what the community builds area is all about. But anyway, I'm gonna get started on this finally, and I will see you guys in a moment. Alright, so here we are in the smelting room again, and last but not least, I just need to remove that block so that it all works. Each side is full of coal now, which means I'm just gonna sort of show that there, except for that. Oh, the coal probably just didn't reach for whatever reason. I hope that the coal does reach later, though. I hope I didn't just miss something. Don't think I did, though. I say that, but the reality is I probably did. Anyway, I'll figure it out if there is an issue. Nonetheless, this is still going to be super efficient, so I'm going to go ahead. I've placed the coal in there already because it's all in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put all this raw fish in here. Raw salmon. And while that gets going, well, let's see if we can watch all of this light up at once. I think that would be cool. Oh. Why? Okay. Why are each of these ones not getting any fish? That's odd. And only these three, because only these three have coal. Why did only those three get coal? Oh no, this is gonna bother me. I'm gonna have to work on this for a little bit longer on my own, I guess. In terms of a time update, we're sitting at about 12 minutes since the last clip, which I guess isn't too bad. So I should probably, I'll just go over to that area and sleep. I'll just ender pearl over there if I can. Oh, let's hope I don't like fall into the pit. Oh, that was a close one. Okay. Alright. So, what was I saying? I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and sleep, and then I'm going to try and figure out the smelting system a little bit more. Alright, it's been a couple days now since I did my last clip, but I haven't been playing around the base at all, really, so I haven't been keeping the timer, just because I haven't really been doing any work around here. I'm just going to reply to Eclipse here, and one of the newer members of the server. Just recording a clip. Alright, so, and you can hear my keyboard going there. It's a louder old mechanical keyboard, but it's functional, and that's pretty much what matters. Oh, let's make sure we don't put a spelling mistake in the chat there. Alright, so I did realize one of my issues. I didn't bring any items, but before I fall down, one of the issues was, as you can see, there's redstone here, but there's no redstone here or here. And I think that really is probably the biggest issue as to why the one side here just isn't working at all. As for the other side, I did notice that these furnaces do all light up except for one, and I believe it's this one. That items just don't seem to fall into this one. I can't seem to figure out why. I don't know if maybe it has to do with timings of the repeaters, or what. I just can't figure that out, but I don't want to mess with it too much just because this is Ilmango's design, and he is one of the best redstone creators that I know. Not personally, obviously, but you know, that I know of. So I don't really want to mess with it, and one furnace not working is not going to break the system as long as the majority of the furnaces work. So I'm just going to go ahead and replace those 2 bits of redstone. We'll see if we can do one final test of the system, and we should be able to go. As you can see up here too, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last clip, but I did put up this chest here with I hooked up with the hoppers, so that it's wired up into that chest. So we're getting two items going through into this chest so that they can be split evenly among each side of the furnace array. So yeah, that's a lot of talking for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace those bits of redstone, and I'll see you guys in a moment when we do the next test. Alright, so I believe that I have fixed the system. I have the bits of redstone dust that I was missing in there. So I just redistributed the coal. It's still going through the system here. But I'm going to go ahead and put in this fish here. And that should also distribute evenly, so we should, in a moment or two, be able to see the entire system pretty much light up. So there's those sides. Oh, well, this side's working perfectly fine, which means that there's got to be some differences between the two sides. Oh, these ones aren't even getting any fish at all now. Oh, no, they are, just slowly. Okay, so it is still, except for that one. This one just doesn't get any fish. Which means, yeah, there's definitely some sort of difference between the two sides, and I can't figure out what the differences are, but it doesn't really matter, I guess, as long as it's all working now, which means this project is officially, until I decide to come back to fix the one furnace, all done and dusted. So I guess that means, oh crap, am I recording the time? I forgot to start recording the time. But I'll just add a couple minutes on to the time there. I'll add like 5 minutes or something, which means we should be at about 25 minutes for this clip then, as of me saying this. Because I mean, it didn't take long to go over and grab the couple bits of dust to put in there and gather up the coal to redistribute it. Anyway, nonetheless, but before I get too boring, so the next project here, it's just a little aesthetical one. It's to move this doorway over here so that we're not walking right into this bit of redstone. Which I wonder, no, those wouldn't have anything to do with it. I was going to say, I wonder if this wood has to do with the redstone on going through there, but then it would also have to do this one as well. So, or not do it, but it would, like, if it affects it there, it would affect it there. And it's not affecting it there, so it shouldn't affect it here. Theoretically. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to quickly do that. I may or may not do a progress update of that part. Not sure. I'm going to go ahead and sleep. Hopefully that skelly doesn't see me and I can just sleep nicely. And, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get that done. And then I think we're going to go ahead and get started on a project that I've been kind of excited to do. So we'll see. We'll see how much time I have, and we'll debate what we're gonna do from there. This skeleton is really, there we go. He was really derping out. He was just like running circles around me. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a moment. Alright, so I've decided that what I'm gonna be doing, because I don't have too much time left, I don't want to get started on a full-on project here. But what I'm gonna get doing here, I'm gonna go over to that mob farm area where we're gonna have one of the mob farms, and I'm gonna finish the dig, get it dug down completely down to the level that I'm supposed to. I can't remember what level it was. I think it was 45. But I know that it'll be basically once the staircase ends. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that in the form of third-person time lapse, and you guys really do seem to enjoy those. So I'm gonna go ahead and get cracking on that. So see you guys in a moment. I'm done. We're finished with this hole down here. And I think that we're gonna pretty much have to end the episode here. So thanks for coming along and watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. I hope the time lapse was somewhat entertaining to watch. We did get the furnace system actually complete, other than the one furnace that just doesn't want to work, but that's just one furnace, so we don't have to worry about it. In the next episode, I'm pretty excited to get working on that project. I have a good idea for what I want to do, so I'm kind of excited. So we'll see what happens there. Nonetheless, though, I'll actually give you guys an update on the time. Just gotta like turn my clock on here, or not turn my clock on, but find my timer. And okay, so I've been recording or playing in the world story for a little bit less time than I thought I was, doing projects. At least as far as I seem to remember, I was talking with a buddy of mine about how long it takes to make these, or to do the projects, not just like outside of recording, because I just do a bunch of little clips. And I was like, oh yeah, man, like I do, in the space of like 8 hours, I do like, a bunch of little clips, like, 4 or 5 little clips. But I guess I was wrong in that estimate, very, very wrong. And at the same time too, I mean, I guess since I seem to like, I find I'm better at recording with every episode, and not trying to like toot my own horn, obviously, but like I'm it's taking me less time to record an episode, it seems. So we're at about 2.5 hours now, of me actually playing, with the intent of building something for recording for the server. As I said, I didn't really count when I was playing over at the community area, because that's not really part of this. That's like, it's the community area. Like, we're gonna do some sort of like tour over there at some point. But that's more for the Twitch side of things. If you guys want to come watch my streams, that's what I try to work on during my streams, during the main stream times that I have defined in my Twitch description over there. So, but anyway, so I haven't included those times per se. I've been really working on this, and that's what I've been recording the time for. So let's take a look as well at my statistics here, because that was another thing. So time played, so it was 11.49, and now it's 11.7. So I don't know how many hours that ends up being. 49 to 7 is, what is that, like 21.21 hours, or 0.21 days, which is, I don't know what that converts to in hours, but it's probably not too much farther off from my 2.5 hours anyway. It's probably like 3.5 or 4.5 hours. So, because I've definitely put in some time over the community area. As I said, that's what I do when I stream. So anyway, I'm just rambling now, so I think it's probably time I end off the episode here. So thank you all for watching. It's been Water Trainer Kaz, and I'm signing out. Bye bye.